Welcome back to RuralVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and I've got another property for you. I was just on the phone with building, coding, zoning, county people. I like to do that. I don't know if you guys like to call the county and ask questions, but I like calling the counties. I learn so much asking them about the different regulations of what I can and can't do. Sometimes you get different answers from the same county on different days, but yeah, so here we go. This one is in Navajo County, Arizona, and I'm going to try to fill you in with what I just learned. So it's Navajo County. This is 2.85 acres. It's on the website. It's on ruralvacantland.com. There's a road right next to it. There was a name of that road. I just saw it. It was, um, where'd it go? Yeah, El Capitan Road. So there's a road that's kind of like county named on the county maps and everything, right on the west border of this property. Now, if we zoom in on this road, I'm gonna make fun of it just because that's what I like to do. This road looks like, I mean, nobody maintains this road. When's the last time someone from the county came out here and did anything? I mean, they're not taking care of the road. So it's gonna be up to you to take care of this road. Go fill in the rough spots, take your shovel out there, or pickaxe, move some rocks around, maybe clip a bush here and there. But you know what? Nobody else is going to drive down this road. This is going to be your private road. So it's going to be in your favor to go take care of it. Maybe someone once a year or something drives down this road. But that's the fun about living out here. I just figured out that there's a new Walmart, like a couple year or two old Walmart that just came in. It's about 12 miles from here. There's a new Burger King. There's a new Taco Bell and other stores that just came in not very far from here. So this is Taylor, Arizona, is right over here, and this is where the new things are happening. I remember in the town I used to live in as a kid when we got our first McDonald's. Everyone said my town grew up. It went from a sandwich shop to actually having a McDonald's on the side of town. And then right after that it was Burger King and a whole bunch of others followed, right? But McDonald's made the move. And the guy that was working on that McDonald's or that franchise was a good friend of my dad, and he put, like, I don't know, 14 or 15 McDonald's around the area, and that was the worst performing one. He always kicked himself for it. Small town McDonald's. But it happens. It started something and other people built next to it, and it's grown, and they're still there. I believe that McDonald's is still there. So here's the property just around the corner from Taylor. Snowflake's up the road. Holbrook's north of there. It's a lot closer to go south down to Sholo, Pine Top, Home Depot, supplies over there. You can go over the hill here to Phoenix. So it's just over the hill from Phoenix. There's numerous different roads you can take depending on what kind of scenery you want to see, how much time you want to spend. Probably the 87 through Payson and then 260 over there is going to be the fastest though. Maybe the 277. And dropping over to the property. You can drive up there on the weekend. Probably take you... Well, I'm not going to guess. Let's pull up a map. There's a map on the website. We can click on that. Let's see how long it takes to go from there to Phoenix. So we'll see if this thing opens up. We've got some directions. I mean, you could put your own address in there. I like maps. This should be moved over a little bit. I'll move that after we're done making this video. Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm going to make a note. Fix that little location there is a little off. So 184 miles, 3.5 hours going that way. Or yeah, that's the route I was just thinking. 3.5 hours. I didn't know it'd take that long. I thought it'd be more closer to 3 hours, but that's gonna be a beautiful drive through the mountains, down and around. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Doesn't seem like there's any traffic. There's a construction maybe slowing it down. Scottsdale will be a little closer, so it depends where you're living to get in and out of there. But this is 3.5 hours, so you can totally hit that on a weekend trip. I used to go from southern Michigan to northern Michigan every weekend, every break, every vacation, any holiday, whatever, to our house up north. And we would go from southern Michigan up there, and when I was younger it was like 4.5 hours, and as the roads got better it got down to 3.5. There's 3:45, 3:15 when my dad was really flooring it, and we'd make that run pretty quick. So 3.5 hours over the mountains to go get higher elevation place. What's the elevation on this? Let's look it up. Let's see what it says. The ad's got the elevation, 5,800 foot elevation, and Phoenix is like 1,100 foot. So you're going to be up a bunch. You'll go up higher over the mountain, then come down some, and you get a much more pleasant climate than Phoenix, in my opinion. Maybe you like the Phoenix hot, but I think this is much more mild without the hot, without the low cold of Michigan where I grew up. Got a buy it now button on here, so you can click on that. It should be $100 a month or 42 months, so you can just, $100 gets you into the property. You can start using it. Let's go back to the map, take a look at this thing a little bit closer, because I'm pretty proud of this new map we got. I got it mapped out here, and there's a wash in the back of the property. Let's blow it up a little bit. So there's a wash in the back of the property, there's a couple bushes, and then it's I already forgot the name of that road. I said it earlier. You gotta go reverse and rewind to find it. But there's this road, this county road here, and then the property. So you can drive right in there, and you can put up a mobile home. So that's what I was just asking the county. What does it take to put a mobile home in here? And they said no problem. So here's the county planning and zoning. I just cut and pasted their phone number in there. They're actually open, answering the phone, and I pulled it up in their GIS system. They got a bunch of stuff here. It says El Capitan Road, and it said it's RU1 zoning, 1 acre minimum zoning. Pulled up these maps, figuring out the neighborhood. There's no neighborhood rules on much. There's no neighborhood rules, no CC&Rs, HOA, all that stuff. Forget it. It's not happening. I was just making sure before I made this video and said something false. And then, so digging into the county website, it says they've got a lot of stuff on here. I was surprised. I was talking to the lady saying, "Man, you guys really updated your website." And she said, "Yeah, we've been working on it a lot." So I can tell, because the last time I remember I was on here, there's nowhere near this much information. They got gray water information. People are moving in and they're saying stuff like, "I don't need a septic system. I can just do gray water." Yeah, but you still got to get rid of the sewage. So they talk about that kind of stuff. It's a little slow loading, but the solar stuff, rainwater harvesting. Check this out. I brought this one up. They got a link on their website about rainwater harvesting it says for landscape use, but still it's a start. Like, the county is promoting rainwater harvesting. Could you imagine that in Colorado? The county gets shot. They try to promote rainwater harvesting by the ranchers. This is Arizona. They're much more progressive about rainwater harvesting. They put a book on their website. This says it was published in 2004, revised 2006 by somebody named Waterfall. That's a good name for someone who's interested in rainwater. And it goes on. It talks about, I'm not going to read the book to you, but it talks about all kinds of stuff you can do, talking about hardscapes, water flowing from hardscapes into, soggy areas. Instead of having the hardscape high, make it low, or sorry, instead of having it low, make it high so it flows into other areas. Channel the water to your plants. There's all kinds of pictures in here. You could do berms. You can slow down the water, throw some rocks inside some chicken wire or some fencing, and the water slows down and soaks in, gabbing in a stream bed. All these kinds of things. Cut a hole in your curb, get the water over to the plants. These are basics. Lots of the books that I have about rainwater harvesting cover the same thing, but this is free. You don't have to pay for it. Maybe it'll get your mind spinning and come up with some ideas. They're talking about collecting stuff off the roof to water the plants. There's all kinds of stuff in here. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. Lots of ideas, all kinds of things about the area. Go make some of these, take a galvanized pipe and make a water tank out of it. I'm talking about cheap ways of doing it, cheapest, easiest, best stuff, and it's free. It's free on the county website. So they're totally progressive about rainwater harvesting and making that happen. Composting toilet rule clarification. I didn't read this one yet. Let's see if I can figure it out while I'm live. So they've been doing this. They've been coming up with these rule clarification forms. They're trying to boil it down to like these one-pagers. And because a lot of people are always asking about it. Oh yeah, so they're saying kitchen sink wastewater disposal for single-family dwelling using composting toilet technology for managing all human excreta generated on the property. So they're clarifying the rule. Let's see what this says. Gray water means wastewater collected separately from a sewage flow that originates from clothes washer, bathtub, shower, and sink, but does not include wastewater from a kitchen sink, dishwasher, toilet. So they always want you to take the kitchen sink, dishwasher, and toilet and put it down the septic. Like the other stuff coming out of your clothes dryer, shower, all that stuff, you can send it to the plants. But if it's coming from the kitchen sink, the dishwasher, the toilet, it's something special. So let's see what it says. If a composting toilet and a gray water system is proposed for installation to serve a single-family dwelling, how can the discharge from the dishwasher and or kitchen sink be handled? Oh, that's what people are asking. Blah, 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 blah. The current general permit rule for composting toilets, and they read the rule, does not address the management of wastewater containing flows from a dishwasher and or kitchen sink. One method of acceptable treatment is to route dishwasher and or kitchen sink wastewater through an interceptor to trap grease and solids, followed by routing to a subsurface disposal works. This rule clarification provides criteria for two situations in which dishwater and or kitchen sink wastewater is routed through an interceptor into a subsurface disposal works. Then they go into the definitions of how you can do it. That's pretty cool. Most counties don't tell you anything. These guys are giving you hints of how you can get around the rules, and they're quoting the rules. They got a bunch of rule quotes here. And so you can go read through all these and navigate your way through the rules to do it without doing a septic system. So they're showing you how to do gray water systems and composting toilet systems in Navajo County, Arizona. And I think that's huge. That makes the land much more usable. You don't have to get over that $5,000 septic system build out of the gate kind of thing. So when you go look at what it takes to get a building permit in this county, there is I was just on it. Let's see if I can pull it up. Building information. I'm not sure. There's a whole bunch of stuff on here. You should go read through their website, but it allows you to put mobile homes, and the fee for doing a mobile home was like $125 or something like that to put a mobile home on there. A lot of people ask if they can live in an RV while I build my primary home. Like if you're building a home on your own. Other people ask if you can build a home on your own. Yes, you can build a home on your own. Here you don't need contractors, so you can do owner builder. You can live in your RV while you build for up to 1 year. So you got to have a building permit before you can live in the RV. But then you can live in the RV for 1 year while you're building. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so to get the building permit, they want you to have a plan to get rid of the septic. And they've got hints on here of how you can do a gray water system and a composting toilet system. The main stuff says build a septic system, but I think if you come up with a good plan to build a gray water system and a composting toilet system that takes into account the water coming from the sink, and, they want to get the junk out of there, and the water from dishwasher, they want to get the junk out of there, and the water from the sewage, you want to get the junk out of there. So if you could, you can do composting toilet, but the water that comes from sink and dishwasher, if you can have an interceptor, which in my opinion, I've seen ones in Sweden that a lot of off-grid people use, and the water will go down and it goes around. Let me see if I can make this bigger. It goes around, it's like the slide at the playground goes around the pipe. So they'll have it go around the pipe, and the centrifugal force, as the stuff goes down in gravity, spins it. And as it spins, the heaviest parts of that liquid go to the outside. And those interceptors that I've seen, they have like a scoop or a gauge. You can kind of slide it a little bit, more or less, to see how much of the heavies you want to take off. And so what it does when they run really efficiently is they drop the heavies, like the grease, the chunks, the bits and pieces of food and stuff, into a tank, and the liquids go off into the gray water kind of system. And so if you do that kind of interceptor system, your tank of heavies can turn into compost, and you can go compost it in a dry heap outside, and turn it over time and let nature take its action. So that kind of interceptor is run by gravity, and the efficient ones, it spins so well that the stuff that goes into the tank is almost dry. It's like after the drying cycle on your dryer for your clothes. You know, it spins, and it just gets the heavies. I don't know how better to explain it. So there's some really good videos about that by Kirsten Dirksen, who's a YouTuber who does all kinds of tiny homes, well-built homes all over the world, and she has specifically one video I'm thinking of about a home in Sweden that she tours that goes through those kinds of interceptor systems, and you can order them on the internet and or make your own. You know, there's lots of different ways of doing it, and get that to fit what Navajo's talking about without building a septic system. So I've got the property you can do that with. If we go back to the land, and I'll go back to the website, it's on ruralvacantland.com. I'm asking $100 a month, 42 months. It's 2.85 acres, and you can go do all that, make your homestead happen. $100 a month, and 13 miles from Walmart. You can buy all kinds of supplies and stuff. Taco Bell right there. There's a Burger King next to it. There's a post office. There's a grocery store not very far away. Like, you could, you know, that's a long walk, but you could drive your dirt bike. You could drive your car over there, four-wheeler. I mean, it's backcountry roads. You could probably get away with most anything. Try to drive your tractor over there and back and forth. It's not a crazy route to go get supplies, is what I'm trying to say. So there's your property. There's another property that you could go homestead on in Arizona. This is Navajo County, Arizona. The same information applies to lots of properties in Navajo, not just this one that's on the screen, but the one that's on the screen I'm offering owner financing on. And there's a road, and you can run with it, and just let me know. Just go check out online, click, and make it happen. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com.